Bet. Freaking awesome. All right, so today, let's see. All right, welcome back to the Breaks Podcast. I'm your host, Kevin Martinez, aka the Barracks Barber. Today, my guest is a former gunnery sergeant and 14-year Marine Corps veteran.
14 years, yes, sir.
Yes, sir. A real estate agent,
Yes.
successful real estate agent,
Mhm.
and the co-host to the A to B podcast
Yes, sir.
with Sergeant Major Barry Bull.
Yes, sir. That is
Right on.
correct.
Albert Ramos
Albert Ramos, yes.
or Ramos.
Ramos, that is the gringo way of saying it, but Ramos is the correct terminology.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I do. Thank you so much for coming through.
Of course, man.
I remember we hit each other up a couple months ago. Then I don't know what happened. I guess the holidays or something.
Yeah.
And then yeah, but you're always popping up on my newsfeed, on my algorithm, and I slowly, since I heard about you or started watching your content, maybe like summertime, early summertime, I just see that you're super consistent. You're always posting, you're posting, and your content's getting better and better, and that's so dope to see because I feel like there's like a small community of veterans who are like influencers, and to see that, like, I get to see your growth over time. And watching your podcast on YouTube, I was watching this podcast all day on YouTube today, cutting hair and just watching the podcast. But yeah, great content. You're doing good work. How was your day?
Man, it was good. It was good, man. I first of all, man, I definitely appreciate you bringing me on. And I appreciate the kind words, bro. Like, honestly, sometimes we go through all this type of stuff, like we do all these things, and we just keep going and going and going, and we don't. At least I don't take a moment to reflect back and be like, damn, man, like this is all the things that I've actually done.
Yeah.
So I definitely appreciate you recognizing that, man, and I love your content as well.
Appreciate it, man.
So thank you for bringing me in, and let's talk about it. My day, man, it's busy. I've been busy. I've been helping out a lot of military families over this past 2 months. So yeah, a lot of things going on with my real estate career.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. I mean, you just came in here. You're talking about there was people calling him the whole time we were setting up.
I'm sorry for that.
Yeah, about his business deals and everything. I'm like, dude, this guy's freaking crushing it. Yeah. He's crushing on social media. He's actually crushing like the real estate game as well.
Yeah, that's what a lot of people don't see and I don't talk about, because the things that I really post on TikTok and my social media about my real estate stuff, I try to be very informative and very educational. But yeah, like a lot of people don't see. A lot of people think that I'm getting paid just about social media and all that stuff.
No, it don't work like that.
Yeah. It don't work like that, right? Like I'll be struggling right now.
Yeah.
But what allows me to be able to do all this social media content is actually my real estate career behind closed doors.
Yeah.
All the things that we have going on behind closed doors with real estate.
Right on. And so how long have you been doing real estate?
So I was been doing real estate since the end of 2021. That's since
that's like pretty recent too.
Yeah. I've been doing real estate since the end of 2021. Essentially when I got back from my last deployment.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right on. And you got out 2021?
No, I got out September 2023.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, so you just got out?
Yeah. So I just got out. Yeah.
Oh. Yeah. So were you like on terminal like for the longest or?
No, I actually wasn't. So what happened was I was still doing active duty Marine Corps stuff.
Okay.
And crushing on real estate, dude. Like there was times that I had clients, and I specialize a lot in like clients that are PCSing.
Okay.
Like the majority of my clients that I have right now, one is in it's in somewhere in Europe. The other one's in Okinawa. Yeah. There's another one in Hawaii. Yeah. So there's a bunch of people that are not even in California. Yeah. Right? So what I used to do when I was active duty, obviously they want to see these homes, and you have to be competitive and you have to be consistent in order for you to be able to put in offers on time and all these things. So what I used to do is during chow time, 11 o'clock on the dot, I would change over, drive my ass to Temecula, wherever it was that they needed to be back, see one or two homes, and then drive my ass back to work to make it back by 1300. So a lot of people say that they don't have time to do this shit. It's just that their priorities are all fucked up. That's the reality. Yeah.
So like when you started, when you decided to commit on real estate, did you commit on the idea of you're getting out the Marine Corps?
No, man, because I was a recruiter.
Okay.
So when I got back to the fleet, man, the fleet was so easy for me after recruiting.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure all my recruiters can
because
relate.
of like the pace
Dude,
of
the work
working.
tempo.
Yeah.
Yes, 100% the work tempo, right? Like
Yeah.
on recruiting, a lot of people can talk the talk, but in recruiting, you actually need to walk the walk.
Mhm.
Because it's so easy in the fleet for you to simply be the best talker, or for
Mhm.
you to be Gunny's kiss ass, and for you to get
For
it your
sure.
way.
Mhm.
But on recruiting duty, everyone knows how to speak. Everyone knows how to talk.
Mm.
So if you try to kiss ass with somebody, they're
Okay.
gonna be like,
Yeah,
where are
no.
your numbers at? You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Like
Mhm.
you're at a 0 and it's day 20 of 30.
Yeah.
So you understand what I'm saying? So it's very hard because it's very results oriented. I'm a very results oriented type of guy.
Do you feel like recruiting is like almost the same mindset as like being in sales?
It is 100%. That's
Yeah.
what it is.
Okay.
That's what it is.
You're selling the Marine Corps.
Recruiting is sales. Yes.
Okay.
Like when you're recruiting,
Oh.
recruiting is 100% sales.
You
That's
ever
it.
used to watch like sales content like on YouTube while being a recruiter?
No.
Okay.
I used to fucking get that training every month from 8412. Those are
Okay.
career recruiters.
Okay.
So yeah, so there's one day out of the month
Yeah.
that you take specifically that you separate for training.
All
And
right.
we go over something that's called MC3, which is Marine Corps Consultative Sales Skills. And I'm gonna tell you this though, Marine Corps fucks up a lot of things. That's probably one of the best things that they got right.
Okay.
The MC3
Yeah.
skills, they fucking work. The
Okay.
reason why I'm so successful in real estate, I attribute it 100% to the MC3 skills.
Really?
100%, yes.
So, all right. So go over what MC3 skills.
Yes.
So what do you learn in there?
They teach you how to maintain a conversation, and they teach you how to take control over conversation.
Okay.
So that's essentially what it is, right? So you build rapport, right? Let's say and now I do it naturally, right?
Mhm.
But they teach you to where if you are an introverted Marine,
Yeah.
they teach you how to be able to establish common ground with somebody.
Yeah.
So that way, instead of them being like this, because as soon as I see the uniform, what do they think? Oh, this guy's a recruiter. He's gonna try to sell me something, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you have to break through that barrier, and that's what they teach you in recruiting school. So the first thing that I walked in, I walked in like super happy. Hey, what's up, man?
Yeah, for sure.
You see what I'm saying? Because that was, oh man, this guy's good to go. And I'm not doing that to be fake. I'm doing that because that's essentially who I am now, right? Because I did it so much on recruiting duty.
For sure.
So recruiting duty, it's definitely a life changer, and a game changer if you're looking to get into sales after the Marine Corps.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Because like you need to put yourself in front of people and get contact and phone numbers and build a relationship like really quick. And then you just use those same skills as a real estate agent or whatever to build relationships that could lead to business. Mm-hmm. And it's all, I guess, out of love if you actually care about it.
Yeah. I mean, at the beginning though, I didn't do good on recruiting.
Okay.
I didn't do good at all. So I graduated top 10% of my class. Like I graduated like number 7 or 8 out of like 200 and something recruiters in the class, right? And everyone thought that I was gonna be like this killer because I graduated top 10%. Bro, it was the total opposite. I wrote 3 zeros back to back on my first time, on my first 3 months of recruiting duty. And the reason why that happened was because I was selling the Marine Corps. I wasn't selling myself.
Okay.
I had a very good friend of mine. I won't mention his name. He's doing some high-speed, low-drag stuff now in the Marine Corps. So, he asked me to leave his name out of stuff.
Okay, yeah.
But essentially, he told me, we were in a car, man, and I was super frustrated, dude. I was about to quit.
Yeah.
And he told me, I was like, bro, I don't know what the fuck is that I'm doing. I'm having all these appointments. I'm having all these interviews, but people keep telling me no. And he essentially told me, it's like, has the Marine Corps made you successful? I'm like, yeah, the Marine Corps made me successful. It's like, sell that.
Yeah.
Fuck everything else. Sell that and put it in a way to where you take yourself out of the equation. Because people don't give a fuck what the Marine Corps has done for you. What people want to know is, how can the Marine Corps help them to get to where you're at?
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how's it done it for you. So what I learned was to put examples that have happened to me in a third person perspective. So I would do a conversation and I would go like, imagine yourself. You are 17, 18 years old. Then now all of a sudden you go through this training, and you're getting paid every 1st and the 15th.
Yeah.
How would it make you feel if at the end of the 4 years you would have this certification and this and this and that? Because what that's gonna do for you, and then I would tie it in, right?
Okay.
So, and then people will be, I would ask them at the end, it's called Test for Yes. How does that sound for you?
Yeah.
They will go like, oh, that sounds great. That's what happened to me.
Yeah.
What? That's crazy. And then that's how I used to get them.
Okay.
Yeah.
How often would you like tell them, oh, in this fucking uniform will get you all the girls? Does that work? Do a lot of recruiters say that?
It works. I mean, it works. I didn't have, so I recruited in Puerto Rico.
Okay.
So Puerto Ricans have that swag with them. You know what I'm saying? So finding girls for Puerto Rican guys is really not that hard. Okay. Maybe that would have worked, for some other people or some other places. Yeah. But Puerto Rican people are pretty confident as they are. Yeah. So and girls like confidence. Okay. So that's not that. I didn't encounter that much. Yeah. For me, it was the biggest barrier that I had was getting people that only spoke Spanish. Yeah. To pass an all English test. Oh. That was my biggest barrier. Oh yeah, huh. That was my biggest barrier, but I got around that shit quick. Yeah. after the first 3 months. Yeah. So you were born in Puerto Rico, recruited out of Puerto Rico. Yeah. And then became a recruiter in Puerto Rico. Correct. Like the same city too, like same area, like. No, different area. Okay. So I was born in the West Coast, and I got to recruit down in the capital in San Juan. Okay. Is San Juan like towards just like the middle of the island? No, it's northeast of the island. Okay. Yeah, it's in the northeast of the island. Nice. Yeah. Yeah, I saw that you went on a trip to Puerto Rico recently, right? How was that? It was good, man. What I'm trying to do is all the money that I'm making here in real estate, I'm trying to invest it down there in Puerto Rico. Oh, sick. Yeah. So that's why I've been taking a couple of business trips to Puerto Rico. Yeah. So I'm trying to invest my money down there. There's a lot of things that are good investment-wise that are going on with Puerto Rico. Yeah. So I'm trying to get ahead of the game. Right. Yeah. So in recruiting, what's like the wildest recruiting story that you have? Oh man, I think I've told this story a couple of times in the podcast, but I'll tell you, man. I had the 5th future Marine in the entire Marine Corps get murdered. The 5th future Marine? So there's only been, at the point that this happened, there's probably been more. I had the 5th future Marine to die in the delayed entry program. Oh, so like a Puli? A Puli died. You had the 5th? The 5th. Like in the history? In the history of the Marine Corps. Oh yeah, there's only been 5 Pulis that. Well, before that, I don't know how much have been after that, but I had the 5th one. So. And he was murdered. So let me tell you the story. Wow. So what happened was, his name was Francois Ortiz Irreta. I will never forget his name, man. Yeah. He was really solid dude, tall. He was kind of like your build. Okay. And athlete. And he was ready. He came up to my office, but the thing is, he was strong, but he didn't have it all the way up. Yeah. So what happened was he took the ASVAB with the Army, and then he took it twice. The first time he didn't pass it, and then the second time he took an ASVAB review, and then he scored like 72. He was so scared of retaking the ASVAB that literally he waited 6 months so that way he didn't have to validate his score. Oh, yeah? Yeah. So he came out 6 months later and he was like, I want to be a Marine. I don't care. Sign me up. Like, I'm ready. He was my 2nd future Marine that I ever put in the Marine Corps. That's when I was like struggling. Okay. And I, of course, I was like, dude, I got this guy. He's perfect. So he wanted to leave very early and we were able to get him a decent job with a decent date for him to leave. Yeah. The weekend before he was supposed to leave to Paris Island, he had like a going away party. Okay. And he's from Bayamon. That's like not so good area in Puerto Rico. Okay. It's probably one of the most dangerous areas in Puerto Rico. Okay. And he was partying, and then at 2:00 in the morning, I received a phone call from his girlfriend. It's like, we can't find Francois. We can't find Francois. She's like crying and all that stuff. But at this time, I'm like, yeah, this motherfucker is just ghosting me, right? That's the first thing that goes into my mind, right? Like, he got cold feet. He don't want to go to boot camp. Turns out his mom calls me the day after in the afternoon. So this happened, I think it was like Sunday morning at 2:00 in the morning. Monday, she calls me up. Or Sunday evening, she calls me up. It's like, we've checked all the hospitals. We can't find Francois. And then now I'm starting to get nervous, right? Because there's one thing you know, fuck around in recruiting, and that's for shipping mission.
Yeah, okay.
Because you can recruit all the people that you want, but if they don't go to boot camp to become Marines, it fucking doesn't mean anything, right? So I'm like, I'm stressing out now, so I'm letting my boss know now. And it's like, hey, boss, we can't find Francois. I'm like, what the fuck you mean you can't find him? It was like, motherfucker's ghosting you, right? So anyways, Monday morning rolls around. Mom calls me up again. We file a missing persons report. But now the cops are involved. And now I'm like, oh, man, like, hey, boss, mom filed missing persons report. So now we have to inform our RS CO.
All right.
It's a major. And my RSCO, you know, he's like, well, let's see what happens, you know, get communication with the cops or whatnot. Mom calls me up, bawling, crying, like, he's dead, he's dead, he's dead.
Wow.
And I'm like, boss, mom just called me up, said that he's dead. So report gets sent up. Now this report goes all the way up to the commandant of the Marine Corps, mind you.
Yeah.
Right? Mom calls me up 45 minutes later. Oh, it's not him. It's not him.
Yeah.
Dude, I get goosebumps, dog.
Yeah.
I tell boss. She's calling me saying that it's not him. My CEO calls me up directly and says, Staff Sergeant Ramos, I was a staff sergeant at the time.
Yeah.
Staff Sergeant Ramos, get your ass in the fucking gubby and go identify the body yourself.
No way. Jesus Christ.
So I drove my ass down to the fucking police station or whatever the fuck is that they keep the fucking the morgue. I talked to the fucking sheriff or the detective.
Yeah.
Shows me. The only reason why I was able to identify it is because the girlfriend sent me a picture, and you can see the underwear that he was wearing. He was wearing pink American Eagle underwear. I will never forget to this day. Yeah. That's the only way I was able to identify him. He received more than 100 AK shots to his body.
Oh my God.
Completely unidentifiable besides for what he was wearing.
Wow.
Yeah.
100. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, that's probably the craziest story. I got crazier stories, but I mean, nothing beats, you know, somebody. Oh, I'm going to tell you what. You think that's crazy. On a scale of 1 to 10, how crazy do you think that shit is?
That's like a 10.
That's like a 10?
Because you actually have to go and identify it.
You know what the crazy fucking part is?
What's up?
You know the first question that my boss told me?
What's up?
Who do you got for next month?
As soon as you reported that to him.
As soon as I was like, boss, it's him, he's dead. He said, okay. So what do you got? Who do you got for shipping?
Oh my God. That's fucking horrible.
That's how ruthless fucking recruiting is.
Yeah.
That's how fucking ruthless recruiting is.
Yeah. That's fucked up.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's yeah. You could do you have a lot of hate for him?
No, not
like,
at all.
You hold a grudge for him not handling it the right way?
No, I got nothing but love for those people.
Yeah.
I actually wanted to be an 8412. You know, they taught me
8412. What is
8412? That's a career recruiter.
Okay.
Yeah. So they told me a lot of good things that I still hold on to this day, but they also showed me how to have compassion for people.
Yeah.
Because that was the very first time ever in my life that I broke down in a panic attack. That night when I got home, it was like 10 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
And I got home. I haven't eaten nothing all day.
Yeah.
I got home, dude, and my vision, I didn't know what the fuck was happening. Wow. Okay. Yeah. So my vision just goes like whoosh out of nowhere, dude. Like out of nowhere. Just goes like whoosh. And then I start getting like this dots in my eyes. And I'm like, Valerie, that's my wife's name. It's like, Valerie, like, I don't know what the fuck's going on. I feel like I'm gonna pass the fuck out.
Yeah.
And I was like, Valerie, like my heart's fucking racing. And she goes like, well, let's go to the hospital, right? Dude, as soon as I opened up my car door, I thought I was going to die if I went inside the car.
Yeah?
Didn't know what the fuck was going on. Like, honestly, like, I thought I was going to fucking die, right? It went away. My people, to this day, my recruiters, to this day, still don't know that happened to me. Because after that, went my ass back to sleep, woke my ass back up at 5 o'clock in the fucking morning just to take people to MEPS because I needed to take people to MEPS because we needed to make mission.
Yeah. So to this day, like you haven't even told them like.
Well, they're probably gonna know. Yeah. They watch me on social media, but I haven't told them like we've never had a conversation of like, dude, remember this day when Francois died? Yeah, this happened to me that night. Never we never had that conversation. Yeah. The next day, it was just business as usual.
Yeah. And then did you ever like seek therapy, or how did you cope with that? Because that's like pretty traumatic.
Working, man.
Like, just work through it.
I just dude. Yeah. So because here's the thing, man. Like, so I told you at the beginning, I was actually thinking of quitting. I was like, man, like this is some fucking bullshit. I don't want to do this shit. I don't give a fuck. I'm in Puerto Rico. I don't want to do this shit.
Yeah.
And then I stopped feeling sorry for myself because I was like, man, I ain't no fucking victim.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not a victim. Like I chose to be here. I volunteered to be on recruiting duty.
Yeah.
And either I can be a victim or I can prove people wrong.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Like, and the same thing happens to me in my real estate career, man. Like, I'm a fucking anomaly. I'm not supposed, dude. I'm a fucking backwoods kid from fucking Mayagüez, Puerto Rico.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Like, and the fact that I'm here in California doing this shit, and at the level level that God has blessed me to be in, dude, I'm not supposed to be here.
Yeah.
You know, and the people where I come from, they stay in Puerto Rico. They stay their asses in Puerto Rico.
Yeah.
You know, so I like proving people wrong, and I wasn't gonna let anybody dictate my future. That's why I was like, dude, you know what? And then after that, wrote nothing but 3s and 4s for the rest of my time in recruiting duty. Year later, I actually ended up winning Recruiter of the Year for the 6th Marine Corps District.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Yep.
So then you were there for like, was it like 2 more years or something like that?
3 years, yeah. This happened at the beginning. So for 2.5 years.
Yeah. Do you remember how many people you recruited that year?
That year, I don't remember. I don't remember per year. I remember when I won Recruiter of the Year in 1 year, I recruited, I think it was 36 or 37. It's in the I got an Navy comm out of that. So I think it's in the award. I think it's 36 I recruited in 1 year.
Nice.
Yeah. 36 or 37.
So when did you join the Marine Corps?
In the Marine Corps in 2009.
Or let's back up. So you're born in Puerto Rico. How's like the neighborhood you grew up in?
It was a regular neighborhood in Puerto Rico. It wasn't bad.
Yeah.
It wasn't the best either.
Yeah.
You know, but I come from, my parents got divorced when I was very little. You know, I lived with my grandparents for the majority of my life.
Okay.
So it was normal, man. Like the only bad thing is that my uncles were not very they were from the streets. They were for real from the streets. So he was one of my uncles. He's dead now. He overdosed. Like a year and a half, 2 years ago. And then they were my examples growing up. Kind of my example because I spent most of my time with them. But my dad was actually in the military. So he's actually still in the military, believe it or not.
Yeah, in Puerto Rico?
No, I'm talking about in like the military. He was in the Marine Corps for, how much was it? At least 16 years.
Okay.
And then after that, he commissioned in the Navy, and then now he's been in the Navy for like 20 years.
So your father's still serving?
Still serving to this day. He started as an E1 in the Marine Corps, and then now he's an 05 in the Navy.
So he did like, you said how many years he did in the Marine Corps?
16.
16. So he got out like a gunny? Oh, a gunny. Oh, that's pretty sick.
Yeah.
And then got out for how long?
He didn't get out. He just went to the reserves, got commissioned, and then came back on active duty.
Oh, snap. He's been in for 20 years already?
In the Navy.
In the Navy?
So he's been in 36, 37 years.
No, god damn. So what year did he join? Like in the 80s?
87 or 88?
87, and he's still serving.
Yeah.
What's his rank?
He's a commander. He's an 05 in the Navy, yeah.
Jeez. And then you say your grandfather served too?
Yeah, my grandfather, he was in Vietnam.
No way.
So I come from a family,
shit.
Yeah, but he was in the Army. I come from a family from my dad's side in the family. We served in the military. But yeah, man. So, but when I was growing up, it wasn't really nothing like.
Yeah.
How do I say this? Like, I was a regular ass kid. You know, I like to party, I like to drink, I like to smoke weed. I used to do graffiti back in the day. Like, I wasn't going towards a path that was good for me.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, when I walked into my recruiting station, dog, I was high as fuck.
Yeah.
My routine when I would get out of school was I would go with my friends. We would buy some weed. We would go smoke the weed, and then after that, we would go to like it was used to call the town center. It's like a little shopping center where you have like a bunch of fast foods and stuff, right? The recruiting officers were there.
Okay.
But one day I'm high as fuck, and I don't know, man. Like I just got guided towards that, right?
Yeah.
It was a little hallway, and then all the branches were like around the hallway, right?
Okay.
Dude, you know, so I look around. It was Air Force, then Navy, then Army, and then on my corner, it was the Marine Corps. Dude, so the very last one that I see is the Marine Corps, and I see the Marine Corps recruiter just looking at me, just like, "What's up?" And then he stands up, dude. He's like a fucking 6'1", 6'2" guy, and dude, at this time, like now I'm still scrawny, right? But at the time, I would weigh like 110 pounds, you know. So this guy extends his arm out and then just swashes me into the fucking office.
Okay.
3 weeks later, oh, I'm sorry, not 3 weeks. 3 hours later, he gave me the EAS'd, you know, the enlistment screening test. He did a full-blown interview on me. You know, he did all that stuff, dude.
He snatched you up.
Yeah, so three fucking hours later, I come out and my friends are like eating and like, dude, where the fuck you been? And I told them, I'm going to be a Marine. November 2nd, 2008 was the last time I ever smoked weed.
Yeah?
No, I still remember that day. November 2nd, because that was a little bit earlier, like a week before I went into the recruiting office, and then the recruiter told me, I straight up told him, I was like, yeah, man, like, I'm high as fuck.
Yeah.
And still passed the EAS'd, by the way. I guess if you go there high, you get high results. So I'm kidding, guys. That's not true at all. Okay, don't go high to a recruiting station. But yeah. So I went in there. I passed the EAS'd, and he was like, "Yeah, man, I need to take you to go take the ASVAB right away because you're probably gonna score more than 50." So yeah, that's the story for that. And the rest is history. I went to boot camp. I was still in high school when that happened.
So what year did you graduate high school?
2009.
Okay, so you're what, 91? 91. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, how about you?
90.
Okay.
Yes, I graduated 2008.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
okay.
I'm from Jersey, like outside New York City.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's why you know so many Puerto Ricans.
Yeah. I grew up. I'm Colombian. But everybody told me, like, growing up, either look Puerto Rican or Dominican.
Yeah, true, very true.
Yeah,
I thought you were Puerto Rican too.
Yeah. Oh, then you come out here and they're like, "What part of Mexico are you from?"
Yeah, I know. It's crazy. Out here, it's crazy. You go to Miami, it's different though.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, you go to Miami. I'm surprised you're from up there, not from Miami. If you're Colombian.
No, the Cubans are in Miami.
Cuban and a lot of
there's Colombians. Yeah,
Venezuelans.
Yeah,
too. There's a lot of people.
Yeah, but yeah, most of my family, pretty much everybody, but like 4 people are still in Colombia. Everybody's everybody's in Jersey.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, good, man.
Yeah, so you joined 2009.
Yeah.
And you went to Puerto Rico. They go to where? Paris Island.
Paris Island.
So you went to boot camp 2009.
Yes.
What was your company and all that?
So I was platoon 2066. I was Echo Company.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, drill instructor, Staff Sergeant Boyd, drill instructor, Staff Sergeant Miller, drill instructor, Staff Sergeant Lopez, and drill instructor, Sergeant Kelty or something like that. Still remember all their names.
Yeah, I remember. I ended up in MRP when I was in boot camp.
Oh,
and the drill instructor there, he said he was from Echo. His name was Sergeant Garcia. Do you remember Garcia?
No, I don't remember Garcia. Because you went in 2009 too?
2010, the following summer.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, this came to my shoulder in boot camp, and then I got dropped for like 6 weeks.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
Dude, yeah, they were the one that hated me the most was the Dominican guy. Drill instructor Staff Sergeant Lopez, he was Dominican.
Yeah.
Fucking hated my guts, dude. Hated my guts. I don't know if it was because I was Puerto Rican.
Yeah.
Or whatever, man. But yeah, he fucking hated my guts.
What's like a funny story, like your favorite memory in boot camp?
Oh man, so funny story in boot camp was when I went. My dad, obviously being in the military, he knew that if he wanted to send me stuff, he needed to send me stuff for the entire platoon.
Okay.
So he sent me a full box of icy hots.
Okay.
So whenever he came, whenever they, you need to take it to the senior drill instructor if you want to get a package, and the senior drill instructor actually was like, "Hey, take this, open up one packet, and take it to drill instructor Staff Sergeant Lopez, and say receive, sir." Dude, I look at him like, oh my god, like
received as in like he's
receive, receive,
like he's giving it to you.
No, like I'm giving it to him, like it's a gift.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, so they start blasting me, right? Because I hesitate, right? Yeah. So they start blasting me like, oh. So I start running. I go to the back, and then I was like, "This request permission to speak to Drill Instructor Sergeant Lopez, sir. What do you want? Receive, sir." Dude, his eyes fucking like lit up. Like he could not believe that I was doing what I was doing. Motherfucker tells me, "Open it up." So I start opening up the fucking he grabs it from my hand and he goes like, "Open your mouth."
No way.
Yeah, and then at that moment my senior drill instructor goes out of the duty hut and then goes like, "Run, Ramos!" Dude, I started running and I feel like that cold ass fucking, he threw it at me. And then I had icy hot all over my fucking back, dude. Yeah, that's probably one of the funniest stories. The other funny story when of me, I'll tell it because everybody likes to tell like a bad, like it makes them look good. So I'll change that narrative because we all had a little bitch in boot camp inside of us, right? So it was Marine Week, and Marine Week, not Marine Week, the Field Week. What's that called? I forgot.
When everybody's like cleaning and doing.
No. That's Marine Week. I'm talking about when you actually go to the field in boot camp.
Like the Crucible and shit?
No, before the Crucible.
It was like basic warrior training.
Yeah, basic warrior training. That's what it is. So yeah, BWT. You're right. Yeah, so basic warrior training. So it was basic warrior training, and dude, that was my first time running. I used to be a soccer player, so that was my first time running with like a flat Kevlar rifle and all that shit, dude. So my body like shut down.
Yeah,
you can use the fucking Windows 98. Yeah. Dude, the drill instructor was like screaming in my ear, rah, rah, and I never remember. Shavers, because me and him served them together. The drill instructor stopped Shavers that was going right next to me. He's like, "Shavers, carry this little bitch." Dude, and I started crying, man, because I feel horrible, dude. And I started crying. I was like, "I'm sorry." So yeah, man, I still had a little bitch in me when I was in boot camp. Luckily, that died after.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, the one time or one of the few times I cried was like the day that they told me I was getting dropped in 6 weeks. I let that shit out, dude.
Yeah, I know, man. That shit's hard. You don't want to spend more time there.
Yeah.
You definitely don't want to spend more time there than what you need to. At least not as a recruit.
Yeah.
I'll tell you that.
For sure.
Yeah.
All right. So did you graduate as like squad leader or anything like that? Or
no.
Just GP?
Yeah. No, I was GP.
All right. So I was GP. And then your original MOS was
artillery.
Your artillery.
Yeah. Sick. So I was in artillery for the first 4 years, and then I did a land move into distribution management.
Okay. Yeah. So you were artillery from like 2009 to 2013.
Mm-hmm.
Did you deploy
with artillery? Yeah. Yeah. I did a MU. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I did a MU. That was one of the things that actually stung me the most. Because when I got to the fleet, I was 211 Golf Battery. Okay. And loved those people to death, man. Those people were like my family. Mm-hmm. And they were slotted to go to Afghanistan. Yeah. So in artillery, the way, I don't know if this is how it is done now, but how it used to be done is you get something that were called boot drops. Okay. You will get like 15, 20 motherfuckers going to the same fucking spot, right? Okay. So my entire boot drop, with the exception of like one or two from the people that I went to the schoolhouse, we got to Golf Battery, all of us together. And then after that, when they got slotted to go to Afghanistan, we all got changed. Like there was like 10 or 11 of us that got changed to go to Kilo Battery to do a MU instead of the Afghan deployment. Oh, okay. Yeah, man. So yeah, it was unfortunate, man, and they lost some people there. Oh, did they really? Yeah, man. They lost some people there in that deployment, And yeah, it was very unfortunate. It happened like we were on deployment at the same time, and we found out, man. Like you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah.
Did you know? Were you friends with any of the Marines that passed away?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I still remember. Corporal Laurie. I remember him, man. Corporal Laurie. He used to be a fucking motivator. He was always. He wasn't an 0811. He was ammo, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
So he was ammo. I think he was. I don't remember his MOS correctly, but everywhere that he went to, all the guns that he went, he was like the life of the party.
Okay.
You know, and artillery, man, like it sucks, but when we're in the field, man, like it's fucking fun.
Yeah.
So yeah, man, and we learned that he passed away, and then another staff sergeant. I didn't know the staff sergeant.
Yeah.
Well, another staff sergeant passed away as well. A couple of my buddies, they were wounded in action as well.
Were they was it like IEDs?
One of them Hartman. Shout out to Hartman. Hartman, he stepped on an IED, but it was a directional IED. So and it was the one that, like, if you step over here, it was kind of like a chain one.
Okay.
So where if you step over here, the IED was placed over here to go in that direction. So he was like right here when the IED hit, and then just blew him back, where he did get a concussion. Yeah. And then the other one of my other friends, Ochoa, he got shot in the ass.
Wow.
Yeah, he got shot in the ass, and then yeah, he was out of the fight.
Okay.
He was out of the fight. Yeah.
And your buddy Laurie was an IED with him?
So no, as far as I understand, what happened with him was he was a turret gunner.
Yeah.
And they were going through a place that were low hanging wires, and then one of the wires was live. So he actually
electrocuted.
He got electrocuted, and then the wire like took him and then electrocuted him too.
Wow.
Yeah. So it's happened a long time. I might not be telling that story fully accurately.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty sure people see this, they're gonna come and that knew him. They're gonna come and they're gonna say the correct story.
Oh. And then so then you went on a MU, and that just went all through Asia.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, that was a fun time.
Yeah. Oh, did you go to like Thailand and all that?
I went to Thailand. I went to all of them.
Did you go to the banana show?
No, I did not go to the banana show. I did. I paid a little bit of extra money, and I went to do the elephant trekking and whitewater rafting.
Okay.
Yeah. So it was like the ITT things, and then they took you guys to or they took us to like a little place, and it was funny because it was like a little creek, dude. And I couldn't tell. I was like, "Is this the fucking thing? Did we just get ripped off?" Like. And what happened is that they built a dam at the top, and then they let the water out, and then the river
like on some homemade shit.
Yeah, dude, it was fucking legit. Yeah, I'm telling you, that's probably one of the funnest things that I've ever done in my career.
Nice.
Yeah, and then after that, they will take you to the top of the mountain again in elephants, and then they will have like a little feast for you at the top of the mountain. Yeah, so it was pretty good.
Nice.
And then yeah, I just went to the beach and all that stuff. Probably one of the coolest ones that I did. I got to train with the Jordanian Marines.
Oh yeah, how are those guys?
Yeah, they are.
They're gay.
No, they're not. Well, yeah, one of Abdullah, motherfucker. He was trying to fucking grab my hand. I was like,
I knew it.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, dude. It's like I respect, cause they give you a brief, like, like, hey man, like respect the culture and all that stuff. But at which point it's like, bro, respect my fucking culture too.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I'm saying? Like he wanted to hold hands and shit. I'm like, nah, I ain't into that shit. I ain't into that shit. So yeah, so he they were not as accurate as not accurate. They were not as
squared away.
How do I say it? Not even squared away, bro. Like you can't even compare it.
Yeah.
You can't even compare it.
You compare it more to the army.
Not even, dude.
Less.
Yeah, less than the army.
National Guard.
Less than the army. National Guard.
Yeah.
National Guard. I'll probably say National Guard. Very part-time-ish National Guard.
Yeah.
And that was a full-time job. Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah, we had to teach them how to march. We were teaching them how to do what's that shit called? How to do IA drills. how to do all that stuff. So we actually had 3 weeks that we were training the Jordanian Marines. The nicest part about that is that we were staying at a 5-star hotel.
Okay.
That was the nicest part.
That's pretty sick.
Yeah. So we would train. They would take us on a bus to the base, and then at the end of the day, we would go back to the 5-star hotel. Yeah. That was pretty nice.
Nice. Were you ever like meritoriously promoted or no?
No, never got meritoriously promoted. Even that time that I got what's it called? That I won Recruiter of the Year.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was some fucking bullshit. That's my closest time that I've ever been to being meritoriously promoted.
But isn't that supposed to be like automatic promotion?
It's supposed to, right?
Yeah.
You would think that it would be. Yeah. But it's not. Oh. People in recruiting duty didn't like me because I had a fucking big ass mouth.
Yeah. It's a lot of shit.
I'm a straight shooter, man. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? Like, I'm a straight shooter. I tell you things how I feel. Yeah. And I hate the one thing that I hated about recruiting, and that's why I didn't get meritoriously promoted. It was because I used to hate when the command used to come down to Puerto Rico to see us, and then they will promise us, yeah, we'll fight for you guys. We want to make sure that your families are okay. And then they will turn around in our backs. They will do the total opposite. Yeah. Yeah. And I called them out. I called them out on that shit. Yeah. I called them out on that shit. And then I called them out 2 times. I got submitted for meritorious promoted 2 times. Well, I was on recruiting duty, 2 Gunny. And both times they said like, nope, we're not submitting you for meritorious promotion, because I would call out the MEPS commander.
Like in his face?
Yeah, I went to MEPS to ask some questions, and they have like a new joint brief for the recruiters, right? I raised my hand and I was like, hey, how come y'all change your freaking policy every week? Yeah. And then after that, I wrote I wanted to write an ICE complaint. Yeah. But they didn't have ICE complaints. So I went to the Facebook page and I wrote a fucking full essay. Yeah. The MEPS commander screenshotted it and sent it to my commander. To my CO. My CO flew to Puerto Rico for a day just to chew my ass in person. He grabbed my package, threw it in the fucking trash can.
For the meritorious.
For meritorious promotion. Yeah.
That were you super disrespectful on Facebook?
Nope, the total opposite.
Yeah.
For example, had an applicant. You know what I'm saying? Like, I had an applicant on X day go for a what's that shit that they used to disqualify? Like high blood pressure. Yeah. High blood pressure took 3 weeks. Time is super crucial whenever we are doing this because we are scheduled by a mission. On month X, I had to submit 12 applicants in order for me to get 2 applicants approved.
So just like hitting them with like facts and numbers.
And they got pissed off at that. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm not a disrespectful person unless you're disrespectful to me. Yeah. And yeah, that's what happened.
You ever got ninja punched?
Never got ninja punched. Never got for that time. The only thing that he did because he needed me. Okay. You see what I'm saying? Like, they needed me because I was a top performer recruiter.
Yeah, for sure.
So they weren't gonna. The only thing that they did was nip block.
Okay.
And nip block ain't shit. Yeah. Nip block ain't shit, Marine. But yeah, like the only thing that they did was nip block, and then that's it. I never got any type of negative paperwork in my entire Marine Corps career, besides my RA3 Oscar code. I guess you can call that negative. Yeah. But it didn't affect me.
So after your first 4 years, you say you lap moved to. Would you lap move to?
Distribution management.
Okay.
Yeah, probably the best fucking idea that I've ever had.
And did you deploy with them too?
I did a deployment, yes.
And was it another MEU?
No, I went to the SP MACTAP that did the Afghanistan hump. That the Afghan NEO.
Okay. So what year was that?
In 2021, when the 13 service members were killed.
You were on that deployment?
Mm-hmm. Oh. I was watching it in the CROC. You know what the CROC is? The Crisis Response Operation Center. So I was watching it live from the CROC. And you were
in Afghanistan?
No, I wasn't in Afghanistan. Okay. So I was part of the command element. So we were in well, I don't want to say, but fuck it, I'll say it because we ain't there now. Yeah. There's no Marines in that area anymore. So we were in PSAP in Saudi Arabia. That's where the SP MACTAF headquarters were at. All right. And then what I was specifically in charge was of all the cargo. It's specifically the cargo, and then the personnel. that was going in and out. Me and my team. I won't take credit for none of that shit. It was 100% the SP MACTAF CS4. Those were the guys that were fucking hooking and jabbing. And obviously credit where credit's due, all the fucking people that were actually out there in Afghanistan. But yeah, well, that was fucking crazy, dude, because we got activated like this.
Yeah.
Within 12 hours of us getting activated, we have people in Afghanistan.
What unit were you with 2-1?
No, so 2-1 was one of our MSCs.
Okay.
Yeah, so 2-1 was one of our MSCs. Complete fucking professionals, by the way.
Yeah.
Those guys.
What does MSC stand for?
Military subordinate element.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's right. Yeah, I think it's military subordinate element. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh wow. So you saw everything go down like on TV while you guys are like.
Yeah, there's actually a very good documentary of it that catched everything. Escape from Kabul.
Is that the one with on HBO?
HBO, yeah.
Yeah.
And the actual commander from 2-1 was in there. Believe it or not, he actually got injured, and he was the one that spoke the least. I was like,
yeah.
All these random ass people, because the people that they interviewed, I think they were from the MEU that was there. Because I think it was the 15th MEU or some shit like that.
Yeah.
It was the 15th MEU. But let me tell you the backstory to it. Yeah. Okay. So what happened was that the SP MACTAV actually had the mission, because the SP MACTAV is the continuity in between the MEUs for crisis response in the Middle East, right? So we actually had assigned the mission, and we had assets in Afghanistan telling the Department of State, which were the fuckers that fucked all this shit up, telling them, y'all see these black dots? Every day they get closer to Kabul. They're going to take over Afghanistan. The Department of State said, no, they're not. We're staying here. I was like, okay, cool. Then the SP MACTA was actually retrograding back to the States.
Yeah.
So we had two missions at once. Retrograding all of the cargo and equipment that we've had for the past 20 years of the war, that was in the entire AO, back to the United States, and we still had crisis operations if something like Afghanistan would happen, right?
Yeah.
So we went to it got to a point that we were like, hey, listen, like, which one is it? You know, like we can do both, but we're gonna be degraded to a certain aspect because we need to be flying things in and out, and we were one of the only ones that had air assets in the area, you know, for crisis response mission. Because obviously people are gonna say, oh well, there's plenty because the Air Force was there, all that stuff. Yeah, but they're not assigned to crisis response.
Yeah.
Okay. So we were the only ones that shit happened, and then so the higher command, it's called 51.5, and CENTCOM said like, okay, well, 50 MEU is going to be in the area. We'll assign the mission to the 15th MEU, right? But the problem was when shit started rolling downhill, the Department of State needed out like this. And then the 15th MEU got a little delayed in them going into the country. So that's why there were SP MACTAV assets in Afghanistan as well. Because we were both doing like a joint operation with them, and obviously the Marines get all the rep, but in reality there was Army, there was Air Force, you know, there was a shit ton of people that was also assigned to that shit. But that's what happened. Like that's why there were both assets there, because we were actually the first ones there within 12 hours of shit happening, and then that's when the 15th MEU actually got there. Because their shit got delayed because because they couldn't get the cargo on time to go, and then we had cargo and personnel within 12 hours.
Wow.
So yeah, so that's why, and the people that was handling all that shit was us. Wow. At the S4 in the command element. Yeah.
Wow. So, like, have you seen my interviews about the guys that I interview from?
I've seen a couple of your like combat related, you know, people telling a couple of stories. Yeah.
But have you seen the one with the Marines from 2-1 that were in the?
I saw one.
Okay.
I saw one. I haven't seen them. I haven't seen them all.
Yeah. So I cut up a bunch of dudes that were over there that got injured from the blast and all that, and yeah, they still come to me and get their haircuts and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, good people, man. I'm telling you, I have absolutely nothing bad to say about them, dude. They're a bunch of fucking consummate professionals, and they wanted to fucking go.
Yeah, no,
dude. In their eyes, when I was seeing them get ready, because obviously when shit gets activated, like you're going.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying, bro? There was not, dude. I get goosebumps, man, because there was not an ounce of fucking fear, and if they were scared, they definitely didn't fucking show it.
Yeah.
Those fucking dudes were ready.
Yeah. Wow.
All of them were fucking ready.
Yeah.
All of them. Not a single Marine that I spoke with was not ready to go over there and fuck some shit up. Wow. Yeah. So shout out to 2-1, man. I'm telling you, like, all those guys out there, they're a bunch of fucking professionals, man.
Oh yeah. I'm making a clip out of that right there.
Yeah, yeah, 100%. Yeah.
Yeah. That's a good one. But so you came back from that deployment. Do you have any like did that deployment affect you anyway?
Man, seeing that shit and knowing the truth behind their, like, seeing their reality. Yeah. That's what made me angry. Seeing how all this shit could have been avoided. Yeah. That's what really made me angry. Because Marines, we dude, like, we gonna do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, we understand our job, we understand our mission to close with and fucking destroy the enemy. Yeah. We're very fucking good at that. Yeah. But seeing the reality of what's transpired behind it really opened my eyes, both to the institution and the government. This fucking people knew months in advance. They had intelligence that Afghanistan was for sure gonna fucking fall, and they still decided to take that fucking. They still decided to take that route. Yeah, that's the part that really affected me. Yeah, seeing they did a beautiful memorial, man. I don't think this one, dude. I hope Gunner Barnell Marnell. You know who you are. You're the Comstrat chief for the SP MACTAB deployment. I need you to release the footage from that memorial that they have with the Marines. Dude, I'm telling you, it was beautiful. Probably one of the most beautiful things I've ever seen in my entire life. And it was in the middle of the fucking desert. But yeah. So they did a memorial for all the Marines and their stuff and their belongings. Mm-hmm. They put out pictures for them, and then they had the MB-22s do a flyover. Wow. Dude, I'm telling you, man, look at this. I get fucking goosebumps. It was fucking beautiful. And I wish that we could have done more. Yeah. And the part that pissed me off when I was seeing the news cycles, the fucking president, the Secretary of Defense. Dude, I was in Qatar. They sent me to Qatar because all the cargo was going from either Saudi Arabia or Qatar. Those are like the main two hubs. Qatar being the main hub. Okay. Right. So in Qatar, that's where all the refugees were landing at. Okay. So they sent me over there because there was cargo that was being sent that belonged to the SP MACTAB, and it was my job to identify it, book an actual flight for it, and then send it back to PSAP, right? Okay. Which is in Saudi Arabia. So they sent me there, dude. The Secretary of State went there, and nobody wanted to meet him. Really, I didn't want to meet him. None of my people wanted to meet him. Yeah. Because we all knew the reality. We all knew the reality of what really transpired there. That's the part that really pisses me off. And that's what I hope that the American people fucking see. That was probably one of, not the main deciding factor for me to get out of the Marine Corps, but I definitely lost faith in, because I definitely don't think that would have ever happened under President Trump. Word. For sure. That's how I feel. That's how I feel. So yeah, and that was pretty much like the last, like, kind of just gave up hope on the Marine Corps. No. So that wasn't. So I got back from that deployment, and then they wanted to give me orders. Remember, mind you, this was through COVID. Okay. Right. So they wanted to give me orders to Camp Lejeune, to Second Supply Battalion, and I told them, it's like, listen, I've been deployed back to back. So I did a deployment at the beginning of 2020. Then I got back. I deployed December 2021, literally the day after Christmas. I was on a fucking plane to go to the Middle East. And then I got back September. So it was a 9-month deployment. Yeah. Of 2021. Jesus. So I was like gone for all 2020, gone for all 2021, and I'm like, listen, like my wife has been taking care of my kids for COVID for the past 2 years. I've been in here like in and out. I don't mind going to Camp Lejeune. I need you guys to give some stability to my family because my kid has some EFMP issues. He was at a first grade reading level and he was in fucking fourth grade.
Wow.
Okay?
Yeah.
So the monitor comes back around and says, due to your recent operational experience, your expertise is needed in 2nd Supply Battalion. And I'm like, I don't think you're understanding me.
Yeah.
It's either I stay here and give my family some fucking stability, or I'm getting the fuck out of the Marine Corps. And am I cussing too much? I don't know.
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
Or I'm getting the fuck out of the Marine Corps.
Yeah.
Gunnery Sergeant, if you decide to do this route, let me know and I'll send you the RE3 paperwork. So I start to fight it. I go through my chain of command. I submit an AA form. I do everything in my power for me to stay in the Marine Corps. And for Headquarters Marine Corps, they resumed it in one paragraph. No, not even one paragraph, my bad. One sentence said, due to his recent operational experience, his expertise is needed in 2nd Supply Battalion. Marine has been advised, per I don't know what the fuck, that failure for him to execute orders will result in R3 Oscar code. 2 sentences. That was all that the Marine Corps fucking gave me after 14 years.
Yeah, the Marine Corps is pretty cold.
They're pretty cold.
It's super cold.
Yeah, so that's all they did. And I was like, the point that I don't understand is like we're releasing all this talent management fucking bullshit. We're doing all this stuff. And you're telling me that my operational experience is needed, but you're willing to let me go. You're willing to let me walk. Mm-hmm. Instead of, I gave him 5 different options, bro. 5 different options for me to stay in the Marine Corps. 5. Where it will help my career progression, and that it would help my family as well. 5 different options. No one. They're in the package.
Yeah.
If Sergeant Major of the Marine Corps, if you ever see this, Sergeant Major of the Marine Corps, if you ever see this, look at my package. It's probably still up there, Headquarters Marine Corps. Probably look at it in a freaking bathroom stall. It's probably being used for fucking shed paper. Yeah. Oh wait, hold on a second. I gotta give my key to my wife.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, let me give this to her real quick. Okay, we good?
Yeah.
Let me know, man. I got time, so we can talk however long you want.
Let's go right here, right?
Let me see. I got you. Yeah, it goes right here. Right there. Boom. People on TikTok, hey, make sure we're trying to get to at least 10,000 likes. So make sure that you guys are liking this video.
Right on, bet. So, all right. So now that you're out the Marine Corps, you just got out.
Yeah.
September. Yeah. Last year. Mm-hmm. What has like transitioning been like?
It was rough. I wasn't ready to get out.
Yeah.
Wasn't ready to get out, to be honest with you, man. Yeah. I wanted to stay in the Marine Corps because, and to what the haters are always saying, it's like, why the fuck did you get out? You know, like, why the fuck would you get out? Like, and try to make a change now that you're out of the Marine Corps. I tried very hard to stay in the Marine Corps. It got to a point that Marine Corps said, well, what's more important to you, your family or your career? Because that's how they get people after 10 years, brother.
Yeah.
Because after 10 years, what does everybody say? You might as well finish the 20, and then you don't look, you're like this. You have the la gringola, how we say it in Spanish, like, you know, the things that they put at the horse, so that way the horse don't look to the side.
Oh, like the yeah.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about, right? So the Marine Corps puts those things on you because now you have been institutionalized for the past 10 years of your life. Mm-hmm. And people around you are telling you, oh, man, you might as well finish it so that way you get that retirement.
Yeah.
That's fucking bullshit.
Yeah.
I I didn't drink the Kool-Aid after recruiting. My Kool-Aid was completely done. Like I didn't drink the Kool-Aid. So I was like, no, man, I don't give a fuck. The Marine Corps is not, I'm not successful because of the Marine Corps. The Marine Corps is successful because of me and people like me.
Yeah.
That dedicate everything that we have to this institution.
Yeah.
So that's why and when more people realize that, that's when you're gonna see that the Marine Corps is really gonna make a change. They're gonna need to make an adjustment.
Yeah, especially starting with salaries. I have a couple clients who are sergeants. And I was like, hey, what's like the salary now? They were like 30,000. I'm like 30,000 to be a fucking sergeant.
Yeah.
Dude, like being a sergeant is like it's a lot of work.
Yeah.
You're only getting paid 30,000. Like at this point, like the Marine Corps needs you more than you need the Marine Corps.
Yeah. And the Marine Corps is a great institution. Don't get me wrong. Like a lot of people think that I talk bad about the Marine Corps, but in reality, it's not that I talk bad at the Marine Corps. One of the awards that I won when I was in recruiting was the Yellow Footprint Awards. The Yellow Footprint Awards is an award that you get because you graduated the most amount of Marines, meaning Marines didn't quit throughout boot camp. Okay. Yeah. So you get I shipped and graduated the most future Marines, or made the most Marine in 2018. Which, by the way, shout out, because there's a bunch of recruiter men and women out there that I put in the Marine Corps, and now they're doing God's work out there in the streets.
Nice.
And then essentially what we have to understand is, man, how do I say this, man? I don't know how to say this. The Marine Corps has to understand that the more that you try to go against the fucking grain, the more people are gonna get the fuck out.
Yeah.
Because I wasn't asking for anything unreasonable. I was asking to save money to the Marine Corps. It is what it is, So yeah, I shipped the most future Marines to boot camp, and that was because I used to be very real with them. Yeah. I tell them straight how it is. Oh, I want to go infantry. Do you really? Let me ask you this: do you like walking? Yeah, I don't mind walking. Do you like walking with 80 pounds worth of fucking shit on your back? Oh, yeah, that doesn't sound very fun. I was like, yeah, that's what you're gonna do as a fucking grunt.
Yeah.
And then you're gonna see the Motor T guys pass by you, and you go say, oh, I wish I would have fucking gone Motor T.
Yeah.
Or oh shit, I wish I would have gone fucking logistics. And that's what I told. And my people, most of my people, the majority of my people, I put in the Marine Corps like 74, 75 people. They're still to this day because of that. I gave them very realistic expectations of what to expect out of the Marine Corps. And that's the problem that we're having right now. I want to give people a very realistic expectation on what to expect to this institution.
Well, why do you think like recruiting numbers are like down? Are they down in the Marine Corps too, or no?
Well, according to the numbers that the Marine Corps is fucking releasing, they're not. But here's the thing, man. Like, it's all about optics, bro. It's all about optics.
Yeah.
Because they rob Peter to pay Paul. What do I mean by that? So, recruiting numbers have their mission, right? Like HRS at the end of the year has a mission. You have to recruit X amount of personnel, right? And what you do is you schedule them throughout the year so that way you can meet your jobs. So because there's certain jobs that you have to do, certain people that you have to send through, the months of boot camp and all that stuff. And what they do is, and the reason why fucking recruiters hate recruiting so much is because now they're not only telling you, oh, by the way, you need to recruit X amount of people a month, right? Whenever they see that the Marine Corps is about to fail mission, because how much did the Marine Corps meet their mission standards? I think it was like either 101.4 or 100.4, one of those two. So barely make their recruiting mission, right? And it was because you have a bunch of 17, 18, 19-year-olds, or probably 18 to 20-year-olds, then now you don't only have to recruit them in the Marine Corps, you have to tell them like, oh yeah, and by the way, remember that shipping date that I gave you for November, December? I'm actually sending you in October, and it's going to be better for you because you get to be a Marine before. In reality, what's happening is, no, motherfucker, the FY ends at fucking September 31st.
Yeah.
And if you don't go to boot camp before September 31st, we're going to miss mission.
Yeah. So they're fucking pushing everybody.
They're pushing everybody to the
to meet those numbers.
To meet the numbers. But why the fuck, if the Marine Corps doesn't have a recruiting problem, then why the hell we can't send Marines to Lance Corporal seminar? Oh, because if not my job, we're not gonna be able to perform our duties correctly because we need this Marine to go on a run or we need this Marine to go to the field. Why can't we send Marines to sergeant's course? Why can't we send Marines to corporal's courses? Why can't we send more Marines to do more training with other branches? Why can't we allow Marines to go to college?
That's a big one.
Why the fuck? Well, can anybody answer that question?
Yeah.
The reason is because first we're not recruiting. The numbers are fucking bullshit. That's the first thing. And the second, we're not recruiting. We're not retaining the right amount of Marines. Because the Marines that we are retaining are, let's look at this from a common sense logical perspective. You join the Marine Corps. The target age group for the Marine Corps is 17 to 24-year-olds. That is the target. Like if you are a 17 to 24-year-old, you are being actively targeted by the Marine Corps. Okay?
Yeah.
So what happens after the 17 to 24 year olds? What's happening is that now not only do you have to go to boot camp, but then now you'll probably be making more money than what you made in your entire fucking life. You see what I'm saying? So now what's the first mistake that Marines make when they get in? They buy a car. Financial responsibility. What's the second mistake? They get married. Strippers or marriage, or worse yet, you marry a stripper, right? So and that's a fucking expense on its own, right? So the third thing, they start having kids. So first term Marines, they go through all this adulthood decisions within the first 4 years, or the majority of. So the average Marine is married by the age of 22. Do you know that?
I fucking believe it.
Yeah, well, yeah.
I was married I was 21 for like a month.
Yeah, you're a statistic. I'm a statistic too. So the average Marine is married by the age of 22. So that means that by the age of 22, they're probably paying rent. Now, baby, I love you. I want to take you out of Fort Sill, Oklahoma, and then I want to bring you here to California, and I'm going to show you everything that you deserve. Now you're yanking your spouse to put them, 17, 18, 19-year-old spouse, to put them in an unknown location to them, and then now be like, you deserve the best, baby. Let's go to more furniture, or let's go to Ashley's Furniture.
That sounds like the whole beginning of my fucking Marine Corps career.
Thank you. I mean, you see what I'm saying? So now you go to more furniture and be like, oh, you're telling me 0 interest for the first 6 months?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck it. Give me that dining set and give me that living. They give you that sofa. Now you have, and what happens at the end of the 4 years? You realize, like, fuck, I can't get out of the Marine Corps. I've dedicated my entire 4 years to the Marine Corps. I didn't go to college like I said I was. When I joined the Marine Corps, I got married. My wife's pregnant. I already have another kid on the way. I got this brand new fucking vehicle. Man, I think I got a good chance of staying in the Marine Corps because I need to stay in the Marine Corps. I don't want to stay in the Marine Corps.
And that's all you know too.
That's all you know, because if you're that was what I was scared the most.
Yeah.
As an adult. As a 30-year-old fucking grown-ass man, I was like, I'm scared, man. Like, I joined when I was 17.
That's all
now I'm 30.
Bro. Yeah.
Like, what the fuck?
Dude, living on base now, I get to, and like not being in, my wife's her too, like she was in. But when we used to live on base like 10 years ago, we were both in the Marines.
Yeah.
But now being, veterans and then living on base, it's like, that's like a whole different world. People have I feel like there's a whole cult in there.
Yeah.
Like people have like certain values and everybody's like on the same page. But then when people get out the Marine Corps and go into the actual world, I can see why it's so hard for people to fucking transition and like fit into society.
Yeah, it was hard for me. It's still hard. It still is. Dude.
Yeah.
I don't really have civilian friends.
Yeah.
All of my friends are either veterans or people that work with veterans or things like that,
Yeah, cutting hair right here in San Clemente has been like the happiest I've ever been cutting hair. Just because I'm surrounded by Marines and like other veterans and people I could fucking think alike with. Like for the longest, like living in Jersey or whatever, you don't have that fucking community or anything. Yeah. So like I used to work at a barbershop, and like after working there for like a year, I finally like mentioned like that I was in the Marines. I didn't even know that. I never brought it up, and the dude next to me was like, "You never told me you were in the Marines." I was like, "Yeah, I was, but like You just don't ever meet somebody who also served, and you just don't talk about it.
Yeah, exactly.
You know.
Exactly, dude. And yeah, man, like it's a hard transition.
It is.
And you know what the saddest part for me to see is not even the lance corporal or corporal that's getting out after 4 years. That's not the sad part for me, dude. You know, because you did 4 years honorably, and then the Marine Corps gave you a strong foundation for you to do whatever the hell you want for the rest of your life. Like they set you up for success, you know, and not necessarily financially, unless you were smart with your money while you were in. I'm talking about they gave you intangible traits, or not intangible traits, for you to take out into the civilian world. But you know who's not that lucky?
What's up?
The fucking master sergeant and the master gunny, the first sergeant, the sergeant major that have been in for 19, 20 years, and then now, like you said, the only thing that they know is the Marine Corps. And then now their CEO is saying, well, guess what? You're a one-on-one. That means there's no two other first sergeants, no other master sergeants in this command. I can't let you go on skill bridge. So now we are setting our master sergeants or our master gunnies, chief warrant officers up for fucking failure when they are the continuity in the Marine Corps. And what the Marine Corps, headquarters Marine Corps, is not realizing is, bro, this generation of Marines is way smarter than you and I was. Because they're looking at the fucking how the headquarters Marine Corps and the command is treating their master sergeants, their first sergeants, and then they're thinking to themselves like, damn, they did my gunny dirty. Is that how they're gonna do me? You know what I'm saying? And then it's gonna be like, dude, I don't want to fucking find out. I'm gonna get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, I saw something that like during like wartime, they recruit like a certain type of person.
That's true.
More like a warrior type of person, and then during peacetime, they recruit smarter people.
That is true.
So they can move forward more like towards technology.
That is 100% true. And you know how they control that? With the Alpha Bravo splits in recruiting.
So what is that exactly? Alpha Bravo split.
So Alpha Bravo split is in order for you to be able to recruit and send to boot camp a certain amount of people, they have to have a certain amount of ASVAB scores. Let's say, for example, in order for when I was in recruiting, it was a 74, 24, 23, or some shit like that. Whatever the math is, right? I'm not too good at math, but whatever the math was, it was a 74% alpha. So that means that for every 3 alphas that I recruited, I could only recruit 1 Bravo. That means is that 3 people had to score more than 50 on the ASVAB before I can recruit 1 person that scored less than 50.
So you gotta recruit 3 smart dudes and then 1 retarded motherfucker.
Well, pretty much.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So that's how it was, and that's how it was. You know, so I had to maintain a 74 Alpha Bravo split. That's fucking hard.
Yeah.
You know, and that's what recruiters.
And that's like mandatory.
Yeah, they will not let you recruit them.
Oh, really?
They will not let you recruit them unless you maintain that Alpha Bravo split, or unless the recruiting station is about to miss mission. Then they're willing to risk it. Then they're willing to risk it. You know what I'm saying? But even with that, they'll be like, we let you recruit it this month. That means that you owe us another one for next month.
Yeah. And
then it just keeps piling up. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. So that's why back in the early 2000s, it used to be 50-50 Alpha Bravo split.
Okay.
50-60 Alpha Bravo split. That means that for every Alpha that you can recruit a Bravo.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? So it's completely different. It's completely different now. Yeah. Well, completely different.
If it's like 50-50 like that, is it like you get more people joining too?
Yeah, because they needed them for the war.
Okay.
Remember, we had Afghanistan and we had Iraq going through that time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right on. So I guess with let's say mental health, how can like Marine Corps wise, how can the Marine Corps prevent like suicide, I guess?
Man, I wish I had the right answer for that. I wish I had the right answer, man. I don't have the right answer for that.
Do you have buddies who've committed suicide while serving or like after them getting out and all that? Yeah.
Yes. Very recently, as a matter of fact. Stats are on Springs. I don't know if you remember him. He was the Marine that did that Facebook Live before he ended his life.
The black dude?
Black dude, yeah.
Oh, you were friends with him?
I was with him that day, actually.
You were no? Oh, damn, sorry for your loss, man.
Yeah, man. Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, we knew each other. I had a lot of respect for him. So we were actually on recruiting duty together.
Okay.
Believe it or not. And when I got back to the fleet, I didn't know him because I was in Puerto Rico and I only used to fly 2 times to Florida where he was recruiting at.
Okay.
And then when I got back to the fleet, he recognized me. He was like, "Yeah, you were that recruiter from Puerto Rico and all that stuff." Yeah. So I was like, "Yeah, man." And but he was a gunny, so he got demoted.
All right.
When he got back to the fleet, and yeah, man, I was with him that day because I was doing my packages. I think it was my steel bridge package or one of the packages.
Okay.
And I had to go to the battalion to get some signatures, and they were just getting back from the field. So I saw him in passing, dude. I was like, "Hey, what's up, brother? How you doing?"
Yeah.
And then he seemed busy.
Okay.
He seemed down. Now, obviously, now that I know, like, he's obviously, if I would have known, I would have fucking,
yeah,
hey, man,
for sure.
what's up?
Yeah.
But I didn't ask anything. I thought he was just busy because he was on his phone. And then literally 2 hours later, he told me, "Yeah, you hear that Springs killed himself?"
Wow.
Yeah.
So you just saw him?
Yeah, I just saw him that day.
Wow.
That I was in his same unit and everything.
What unit was it? NOCCOM?
No, he was in First Supply Battalion.
Okay.
Yeah. He was comm. He was a comm Marine.
Yeah.
But he was in First Supply Battalion.
Where did he do it at?
He did it at one of the barracks parking lot. He was
by First Supply Battalion?
Yeah.
Where's that First Supply Battalion?
22 area.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay.
So he did it in one of the park. I think he was at the beginning of the video. He was in the McDonald's parking lot.
Yeah.
And then he moved the location to one of the parking lots.
Wow.
Yeah. And then first day back from my deployment, one of my Marines tried to commit suicide. I actually did a video on this recently. He jumped off the 3rd deck.
Wow.
That was my first day back to the fleet after my deployment.
Yeah.
Like I was going back, I was checking in from the SP MACTAF.
Yeah.
And that's when he jumped off the 3rd deck. So I'm getting greeted by that. Yeah. So I've had my share exposure, to suicide. Never have I tried or thought about, killing myself and all that stuff.
Okay.
Never. And I'm gonna say something that a lot of people maybe might not like to hear because obviously there's people that are going through their different battles, right? But I've never considered suicide just because it's the most cowardice thing that you can do. Not for yourself, but for your family.
Yeah.
Think about it, man. Like, specifically if you have kids. If you have kids, how I cannot picture my wife having that conversation with my kids.
Yeah.
And then me being able to, or not me, but my wife try to speak of me in any type of good way. Because in reality, what I was a coward. That's the way that I look at it. And if people are looking at this, and obviously this is that's my personal opinion.
Yeah.
Not to say that they are actual, problems that need to get talked through and that they need to talk to the proper professionals, but it's like I see a meme on social media. It's like, listen, I'd rather hear you. I'd rather hear your conversation for 2 hours than hear your elegy. What's that called? In your funeral.
Okay, yeah.
Eulogy
yeah,
in your funeral. Like, yeah, man. There's no excuse for that type of of stuff.
So you feel like they're being coward because they're avoiding talking about their problems and they're just taking this way out instead?
Yeah. And the thing is, man, like, I understand. I've been in that dark spot to where it's like, damn, man, people don't reach out to me. None of my buddies care. And dude, and you think just because I'm doing all this shit in fucking real estate that I'm surrounded by fucking people and that people always be reaching out to me. Dude, I've had people that man, I don't reach out to you because I think you're too busy.
Yeah.
I see everything that you're doing and I see that you're too busy. That's the most fucking bullshit ass fucking excuse. Like, and that's the thing, man. Like, if you need help, don't expect people to be mind readers. Reach out, military one source. What is it? The 991. What is that called? The fucking suicide prevention hotline.
Yeah.
Like, there's so many people that even if you don't have to, if nobody's reaching out to you, that you can reach out to. Like, it is completely unacceptable. That answer for me for suicide is a completely unacceptable answer, in my opinion.
Yeah.
You know, but I know that there's gonna be people that are gonna defer with me, in that area, but that's just how I feel.
Yeah. I had one client commit suicide like a year and a half ago.
Oh man.
Yeah. So he was a lance corporal about to get out the Marine Corps, and it was like 2 weeks before he got the Marine Corps. 3 weeks before he got out the Marine Corps, I cut his hair, and like this is a young black kid from Alabama. He used to get like waves and like a low skin fade lineup and all that. And then yeah, like a week later, he fucking shot himself in the fucking parking lot. And
Bad,
yeah, it's so sad knowing that like
man.
I cut him up like 6, 7 times.
Yeah.
He was like opening up to me, and I was learning how to figure out his hair. And then just like I don't know where you fucking just hear a rumor, some freaking corporal in the barbershop, hey, they found the kid dead, by the chow hall. And then a week later, you find out the name. You're like, oh damn, dude, that shit's fucked.
Yeah,
And
that's too bad, man.
yeah.
I'm telling you, and I know that there's people out there that are struggling with it. That's just, if you make it, I don't even think about that type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't think about that type of stuff. Like,
yeah,
for me per se, if you have problems and you come talk to me, I will 100% talk you through whatever it is, right?
Yeah.
But for me per se, I will never. The way that I avoid that, I don't even fucking think about it.
Yeah. So, in your experience, what's like the best way for you to take care of your own mental health?
Man, I'm going through my own struggles, so I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes I wake up and I don't know, man. I wake up in a bad mood, dude. Like, for no reason, I wake up in a bad mood. I feel like I'm missing something, like.
Is it because of getting out?
At the beginning it was.
Yeah.
At the beginning it was. And sometimes I don't even know, to be honest with you, man. Sometimes I'm in a bad mood. Sometimes I want to cry for no fucking reason. Like, I don't know, But again, suicide is just not one of those things. But how do I cope with it? At the beginning, it was alcohol. I wanted to drink. I felt like I was living the dream. It's like, fuck yeah, you tell me that I get to do real estate and fucking write up the contract while I'm having a sip of whiskey. I was like, this is fucking great.
Yeah.
But then my wife was the one that called me out. And she was like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, it's okay to be drinking. It's not okay to be drinking every fucking night.
Yeah. And drinking to get like buzz and
you're just drinking
up.
A drink. Yeah, you're just drinking a drink. And the thing is that I didn't know how to stop. That was the problem. And that's when I identified that I had a problem.
Okay.
So I was like, no, I'm doing it to chill. Like, I'm chill here in my office.
Yeah.
Like what the fuck do you need to be getting in my business
for?
No,
I definitely get it. Yeah.
So it's not like I'm going out to party in San Diego and all that stuff. But then I realized, man, that I had a legit problem because I didn't know how to stop after the first one. So that's how I used to cope until I realized, I was like, man, now I have a legit fucking issue.
Yeah.
And reading, I started doing reading now. And I started taking more opportunities, man, to connect with my kids. Because I had to recenter myself, man, because I was like, all these good things were happening in my professional career. The podcast was taking off. I'm making a shit ton of money in real estate and all that stuff. But then, I was realizing that I was working more of that when I was in the Marine Corps, and then my family was in the same position.
Yeah.
To where I was home, but I was locked into my office every morning. That's why you saw that. I took him with me to do this interview and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So I was like, nah, man, I need to take a moment to recenter myself and take a moment to be like, I'm doing this to make sure that I'm able to spend more time with my family. Yeah.
Right on. Yeah, I have a couple clients. Clients who like make more, like freaking future CEOs or whatever. I noticed that a lot of those guys, they travel a lot, they work a lot, and they'll see their family like 2 or 3 times out the week.
Yeah.
You know, I guess it's just a thing where like if you're just a father, husband, and you want to provide and do the most for your family, like sometimes you can't really see your family as much.
Yeah.
But then you also gotta learn how to balance that as well.
Yeah, but the way that I found out as well, and I'll give this tip to the audience, is I found a way to where I can do both. So I actually hired my kids as part of my company. They're actually my
Sick.
employees.
Oh yeah.
My wife is too.
Yeah.
You know, so now every single time that I do something, what I do is when I take clients out to see homes, I'll take one of my kids. I can't take them both because they're righty as hell.
Yeah.
But I take one of my kids with me, and then he'll open up the door, turn on all the lights, open up all the doors, and then I'll pay him.
Oh yeah.
Instead of an allowance, it's his paycheck.
Yeah.
He knows that he'll get paid if he goes to work.
Okay.
And then in order for him to get access to the money that he's making, he needs to read one book to get access to $10.
Nice. So how old are your kids?
He's 10. One of them is 10. The other one's 8.
Okay. So do you take them like on the weekend?
On the weekend.
Okay.
That's it. And they come. They love coming with me because they know that if they read a book, they'll get $10. Yeah. And then, what that does is it continues, since obviously kids don't like to read that much. Yeah. So it's like, okay, so you got $10 now, but his account will have $500 in it. Yeah. And then it will continue to grow as they continue to read. Nice. So that's the way that I found to get around with it. I'll take my kids with me, and then I'll incorporate it. It's a tax write-off for me. Yeah. I'm able to fund their pension plans. I'm able, once they are 12, I'm able to actually start developing credit in their name. And then I just set them up for success financially. Hell yeah. Yeah. So I found a way, and I'm still navigating through all that stuff, but it gives me a little bit more peace.
If I have like questions, like if I want to do something like that for my kids, can I just shoot you a text?
100%, dude.
Oh yeah.
That's what I do. Yeah.
Fuck yeah. That's fire, dude. Oh yeah. What else? I don't know. You got anything else?
No, man. I'm here to answer. As you can see, man, I'm an open book, brother.
Yeah. So you know what? Let me I got some VA loan questions.
Yeah, of course.
Let me see. Are there any limitations on types of properties that can be purchased using a VA loan?
So the type of properties that you can utilize to, or the type of homes that you can buy utilizing the VA home loan is you can buy multi-unit properties up to a 7-plex. Actually, a lot of people say it's a 4-plex. It's up to a 7-plex. Okay.
With the VA loan.
With the VA home loan, correct. And we like, well, Albert, that's commercial property. Listen, y'all gotta follow me if y'all want to answer for that one. So you can buy single-family residences, you can buy condos, you can buy apartments, you can buy manufactured homes. So those are the 5 types of properties that you can actually buy.
Nice. And so what are like the current like interest rates for VA loans, and how do they compare to other loans?
So the VA home loan is the best type of loan that there is right now, and not right now. It has been since the inception of the VA home loan, because a lot of people think that because the VA home loan is 0% down, that is zero money towards the transaction. That's the biggest myth that there is, right? Yeah. So you still need money in order for you to get on a home, because you still have to pay closing costs. Because the down payment that goes towards your principal is 0. That's why the VA home loan, there's no other type of loan out there that does that. Okay? So that means that with 0 money, and I've had clients actually that has been getting paid to purchase properties in 2023. I had 3 clients that actually got paid for buying a property, believe it or not. Because what we did was, the way that we structured it was, okay, so we're going to get you guys 4% back on this transaction. So let's say it was $25,000. So we asked for $25,000. Closing costs were about 12. Rate buy down was another 6. So 12, 6, you got 18. You got an extra 7K. You got an extra 7K in the bank in order for you to play around, pay off credit cards, pay off cars, do whatever the fuck is that you want with that money. Right on. So that's one of the things. Now, whenever it comes to interest rates right now are in the mid 6s. So 6.5, 6.5 to 6.2%.
Would you recommend anybody just buy real estate regardless?
No.
Okay.
That's one of the common mixes. And I think that's why a lot of people like me to be the real estate agent.
Okay.
Because that doesn't hold true for everybody.
All right.
When is the perfect time to buy real estate? When you're financially prepared.
Okay.
There is no other answer for that.
Yeah.
You know, like a lot of people think that, oh, when the interest rates are low. That's not true. Not for VA buyers anyways. Because when the interest rates are low, you know who knows that? You and everybody else. So when the interest rates were low in 2021, when I first started in the real estate market, we were getting beat by conventional offers that were offering $60,000-$80,000 over asking price.
Yeah.
Hands down. And then there goes the little VA buyer with the $3,000 in their bank, getting beat because he couldn't compete with $80,000 over asking price. You know, so when is it the perfect time? I usually have three criteria. Okay, if your credit score is more than 500, not 500. Disregard that. If your credit score,
everybody's like, yeah, I'm ready.
yeah, I'm ready. If your credit score is more than 700, okay. If your DTI, which stands for debt to income ratio, it's less than 30%. And if you have anywhere from $5,000 to $15,000 set aside for home buying purposes, that's when you know that you're on a good track. And you don't need to meet all three of those criteria. You can meet two of those three and still be good to purchase property. That's usually like my go-to. Yeah.
Got a lot to think about now.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. And we'll help you. And because obviously you have the barbershop, right?
Yeah.
So you have the barbershop. So you have an LLC that you run the barbershop through, right? How long
Mhm.
have you had the barbershop?
This since October, but I have had a LLC for a whole year now.
Okay, so for a whole year.
Yeah.
So essentially what's going to happen is at the second year mark, you'll be able to average out the amount of money that you made from your business, and then they'll give you like an annual income, an estimated annual income that you made over the past 48 months. Okay? So essentially what they do is they divide your income and divide it by 48. So if you made $200,000, it's $200,000 divided by 48. That'll give you the average of what you make a year. Okay? So, or essentially a month, right? But they take that, and then now that is going to be your actual income.
Okay.
That they'll use to qualify you for a property. But the good thing is, since you and your wife are you a 100%?
No.
Is your wife at 100%?
No.
Okay. How much is your, if you don't mind me asking, how much is your percentage?
For disability?
Disability. 20%. What? How much?
20.
We gotta get those are rookie numbers.
Yeah,
we gotta
actually I got a phone call tomorrow.
Yeah, we gotta set those numbers up. Those are rookie numbers, bro. Those are rookie numbers. Come on. Okay, so 20. How much is your wife?
0.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh no. Yeah. So you want to make sure that you are more than 10%, because when more than 10%, you don't pay the VA funding fee. Okay. So that's good. But at the same time, you're not making that much money whenever it comes to a disability, right? Because disability gets counted as stable income. So essentially, what you, in this case, in your specific case, I would tell you, utilize your VA home loan entitlement.
Yeah.
And both of you will be on the loan. The reason for it is because you don't have to pay the VA funding fee. So just because of that piece of information that I just gave you, I just saved you like 12 grand.
Okay.
I take Venmo, Cash App, PayPal.
Yeah.
I'm kidding. Or free haircuts for
right.
Free haircuts for you. No, because you don't have to pay the VA funding fee. And then from there, what ends up happening is you guys will combine all of your income, which essentially your income won't count.
Okay.
You know, because you only have 1 year. It has to be 2 years.
Okay.
And I'm not a lender, so make sure that I can put you in contact with a good lender as well. But essentially, it was 2 years, and then they'll average that out. They'll include your wife's income, assets, and liabilities as well, and then they'll give you, hey, congratulations, you're pre-approved for $500,000. And now you can go out and buy a $500,000 asset.
Nice.
Yeah.
So I have a goal for this year.
Good.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hell yeah. I mean, that was pretty good. Freaking thank you for coming on.
Of course, brother. I appreciate the invite.
Yes,
tomorrow we're gonna do it.
Yes.
Tomorrow.
11 a.m.
11 a.m.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm good. My wife is she's staying home. She's working from home tomorrow, so
tomorrow we're gonna reverse the roles.
Yes.
Yeah, tomorrow we're gonna reverse the roles. Yeah. So you're gonna come and I'm gonna be that one. Me and Barry. Okay? Make sure that you agree with me and not with Barry. Okay? Right. Because Barry likes to throw me under the bus all the time. And he likes to do, but I love him to death. So make sure that when you go there, you'll be like, I'm with the A side today.
Hell yeah.
You know, so as a matter of fact, I might make sure.
Oh, Albert and Barry.
Yeah,
A to B.
A to B. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, okay. Now I fucking get it. I thought it was just short for Alpha to Bravo.
No, what he's gonna tell you is that says asshole to belly button.
Oh,
because that's what he used to say when he was a drill instructor. Okay. It was like, get asshole to belly button, but it's Albert. Bro, it's Albert.
Actually, I'm trying to put in the claim for something like that.
Oh man,
a nothing but incident that happened.
I'm gonna ask you about that one tomorrow. I'm gonna ask you about that one tomorrow, bro.
That's what I'm gonna tell the VA rep. Hey, this is what happened.
Yeah, nothing but shit. Oh damn, dude. Oh man, I can't wait to hear about that one tomorrow.
You want to plug in your information real quick?
Yeah, of course, guys. If you guys want to find out more, as you guys can see, I'm an open book. I'm this open with everybody that I talk to. So if you guys want to reach out to me, you guys can reach out to me at Ramos_Capital on TikTok and Instagram. And when you go in there, go to the link in my bio, schedule a consultation with me, and then it doesn't even have to be about real estate. Just so you guys know. You guys can reach out to me for whatever it is. If you guys need career advice, I've done recruiting. I didn't get married to the promoter for any rank, but guess what? I still graduated top 10% in every single school that I went to in the Marine Corps. I didn't say that, but I did. Okay, so I have a lot of experience. I'm willing to help you guys out. And also make sure that you guys go on YouTube. It's called the A to B podcast on YouTube. And I'll see you guys there. Have a good one.
Oh, yeah. Appreciate you, bro.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate the invite, bro.
Yeah, dude. Hell yeah. That was great.
That was yours.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, tomorrow we gotta go to I'll give you the address. It's in